I was homeless for like 4 years. I lived out in the woods out here right off of 2970 and Charette Drive, where the railroad trestle goes across. I lived right off the side of the railroad tracks there in that woods.
I lived in the woods, and it was all right when it wasn't raining. And the first time it rained that I was there, I mean, I had this little bitty umbrella, and I was trying to squinch up under the umbrella, you know, and I was soaking wet. I was dirty, cold, and I really felt like I just didn't have a life anymore. I felt like I was being punished.
High Point in Guilford County, like all American cities, has a homelessness problem. What other American cities don't have is Raymond Payne.
There are homeless people in High Point as there are homeless people all over the world due to different circumstances and situations. Life renders people in different levels of understanding, thought, and consciousness. And a lot of times people miss opportunities that they should have taken. And then a lot of times people have opportunities, but they fail, they give up. You have people that have chronic diseases that stop them from being employed. And then you have people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol who choose not to be as best and positive as they can.
There's about 5 people up here now.
I gotten sick, and I was staying at a boarding house, helping, you know, out at the boarding house, and I couldn't do the work. The lady, you know, wanted me to paint and all, you know, keep the house up, and I couldn't do it, so she put me out. And people look down on you. If your clothes are dirty, people think you're dirty, that you're no good. But when you run into somebody that holds their hand out to you and say, you need some help, just nothing you can say. I'm speechless when it happens, you know.
I love the people I help because I was once in the same situation and circumstances that they were. Not exactly the same, but I was homeless too. And I could relate my experience to their experience. You know, when I walk up and see someone in need, you know, I remember when I was in need, and I just can't turn around and say, hey, you know, you'll get better, you know, because someone helped me when I was homeless. Even though a lot of times I was rude, I was manipulative to them, but people still helped me. So today I pass that experience on and do the same thing.
For the simple fact, he was where I was. He was homeless at one time. He's been in trouble. He was homeless at one time, just like me and stuff. And he fought his way up out of it. And he's an outstanding member of the community now and helping people and stuff. Anybody like that, and after you spend some time around them, you see they're actually good-hearted and true at heart, not just two-faced. You know, not telling you one thing and doing another. And you can't help but trust someone like that.
Raymond is unique in that he does ask for no recognition and really runs away from it as far as getting any acknowledgement of what he's doing. He's very simple in his approach, and his goals are very simplistic as far as wanting to help people. And he finds it very difficult to turn anybody away. Somebody comes up and says, I need diapers for my children, you know, and he'll find a way to do it. And if somebody says, I need a refrigerator, or whatever, you know, Raymond is out in the community asking people, can you help me do this or can you help me do that because I have a need. And there's times that his office is just completely filled with stuff that he's accumulating so he can give it to people in the community that need it.
I got the apartment through God's grace and Raymond Payne's help. He kept telling me that he was helping me, and I kept bugging him. Finally, he came up to me one day and he said, I've got you a place. And I said, oh, no, not really, like that, you know. When I came in, the couch was here, this chair, and it looked like home. Man, I about passed out, you know, couldn't believe it. I finally had me a place. It's been so many years, you know.
By them moving in a one-bedroom apartment, they're able to cook for themselves. They're able to regulate their utility bills by turning the thermostat down, to take on more responsibility, you know, when they become permanently housed. And they feel less, you know, dependent upon the system and other people to care for them when they become permanently housed.
Raymond's a good man. He really is. And he don't make you feel like you're begging, you know. He laughs with you. He tries to get to know you, you know, and he don't act like he's better than I am. And I really can't explain it, but to me, he's an angel. To me, he is. Because, you know, nobody else has done this for me. Nobody.
Raymond does all those things that each New Year's I commit that will be my goals. And he does them so easily and every day, being there for people when he senses that there is a time that they need to know they're being thought of.
I can't neglect what seems natural to me now. You know, just like a baseball player, you know, when he get on the field, as long as he's on the field, he's playing baseball. So as long as I'm living now, I do, you know, what I do because I love it. It's what I love to do.
We'll see you, okay?
I've learned a lot from Raymond. He's someone who doesn't judge other people. He's someone who is genuine with his care and concern. And for a lot of us, we do a lot of judging when it comes to helping. I'm not sure that I want to help this person because I don't know whether they really are worth me helping them. I don't think Raymond has ever done that. I think he's always just been straightforward. I see a person in need, and I'm going to try to meet that need the best way that I can.
He's gone to, I think, extraordinary limits to try to make sure the public sees the true picture of the homeless. Not just their faces, but their lives. But he's taught me a lot, and I've just been very privileged to know him.
I've been able to help people help themselves, to help people help themselves, to meet people where they are, not where I thought they should be, to understand people at their level and not my level. You know, to not look down on people, but to look at people and listen to their hearts, what they had to say.
Basically, Raymond saved my life for me, he really is. Because I was just about ready to just give up on it. He gave me, how would you say, the brass ring to reach for. You know, he gave me something to look forward to and help me attain the means to reach for it. Well, without him, I would not be here. If it wasn't for Raymond, I would not be here.
Now I got a place now. I wish I could be 20 years younger. That's all. You know, I'm going to enjoy it. This is going to be my home for a while, I hope. I'm going to keep my toes and fingers crossed anyway.
My greatest joy is putting shoes on someone's feet that didn't have shoes. Another joy is handing someone food that was hungry, and just someone walking up and saying, "Thank you, Raymond, I got the job." Those things, it means a lot, you know. Not only to me, but to them too, because when you give, you receive. And I'm able to, whatever I receive, I give back in some way.